It's been several weeks. Perception of perfection, and my donkey is dead. Hey y'all, Amy here, and welcome back to the farm. Today I am in my shed out back working on these. Y'all, this is a Roma tomato seedling that I planted a long time ago, and it is stunted and its growth is bad, and I have added a different type of soil on top of it. Then I have added some rabbit manure on it, and I have done fish emulsion, and nothing is helping. Okay, they're not growing. And then I had a comment from one of you that said the soil that I had used was possibly the problem, and that they had to repot their seedlings for a similar problem. So, as much as I try to do things organically, y'all, I have a bag of Miracle Grow here, and that's what I'm going to use. Okay, let's see if I can't. I have it just out of reach. Let's get over here a little. Don't want to spill it. Okay, so we're gonna transfer some seedlings into different soil. So I have here a paste tomato. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen, y'all. I have some Everglades tomatoes that were volunteers that came up out where I had them originally, and they had started to come up and they were little. I'll show you. These. This is the size they were when I dug them up. And they're still this size. They have not grown. And I worked in that area and I weeded that area. And then I didn't put anything there. I was just weeding it out and found these and potted these. There was nothing there, okay? Then some more volunteers sprouted, okay? Seeds left over from the year before. Y'all, those things are like this big. And these are, anyway. It's very frustrating. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna repot these things. Okay, so I'm loosening it up a little bit. I'm gonna dig it out some. Have a bucket where all the bad soil is gonna go into the bucket. Okay. And we're going to dump out the bad stuff very carefully. Find the root system of this. That's what we have. And I'm gonna lay this down. Refill this with the Miracle Grow potting soil stuff. I have it the kind for vegetables and herbs. Okay. Then put this one, pushing down a hole so that the roots can go down. Putting it in it. Filling it in around it. Okay. It may be too late for them to really be able to take off. They may just not ever do well. And if that is the case, then I'm going to try to find a farmer's market or something where I can go get some of the types that I want. This was the Haas paste tomato. Right? Yeah. And then I have a few of them have done decently well. Okay, and when I say decently well, this sad little red snapper here, a Haas red snapper. This is what's decently well. This should be up here, and it should be dark green, and it should be. So we're gonna do what we can, you know. first year I've ever had any issues with seedlings. First year, never had issues with growing anything. So, okay, this has been in the ground since February. When did I make the video? It's been several weeks. It's been several weeks. I will put down here when I started these seedlings. Do you see this tiny little root system? This tiny little thing. This is a Tabasco pepper. Y'all, this leads me into something that I was going to talk about real quick. It's about how YouTube gives people the perception of perfection. I mean, you see just what people on YouTube want you to see, you know. They're not going to, no, I'm going to say all of them. A lot of them aren't going to share how they struggle with different things, issues that they have. Some will, some won't. You don't get the whole story on YouTube, you know. You don't get everything because it's just such a short amount of time. It's just a little blip in someone's life, and they show you what they want you to see. You know, you're going to see the good things. You're not always going to see the bad things. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I wasn't going to make a video about transferring my seedlings to new potting soil. I was like, that's not fun. That's just boring. You know, it's just one of those things that, an issue that comes up that you gotta fix. Oh well. I was like, you know what? It'll give me, my leg's falling asleep. It'll give me an opportunity to talk about how, you know, my life is not perfect. It really is not perfect. Because people look at me and they're like, well, you have this and you have that and you have... I don't. It's not. Okay, I have issues just like everybody else. I'm not where I want to be in a lot of ways. My kids have some health issues, which has affected church going and things like that. We have developed so many sensitivities since moving here. It's a very wet area, and there's mold and bacteria in abundance here. And yes, it makes for lush green everything, but y'all, that lush green comes at a cost. And like Abby, she is my 11-year-old. She suffers with sinus infections and things from the moisture in the air and the mold. And I've got, in my house, I have air purifiers, I have dehumidifiers, I have cut out all types of no artificial fragrances. We don't do artificial stuff anywhere. Trying to keep it as clean and sanitary. I guess not sanitary, but clean and toxin free and mold free as possible. And a lot of it, y'all, is just the fact that we live next to a swamp. The air's gonna be wet. It's just gonna be full of bacteria. That's just how it is. It's where we live. So, you know, and it affects things. It's not like horrible, but the kids suffer symptoms. It's affected, like I said, the things we go and do. I used to never get headaches. Ever. I get headaches now. So, you know. And then the fact that everything stays so wet, keeping plants alive, keeping animals alive, y'all. Keeping animals alive. If you've been here for a while, you know that I have gone through a lot of things with my animals. You know that with how wet it is, we have issues with things that grow here and spread here. It's just how it is. So I've lost several birds to when it gets wet and muddy. I've lost some things I share that I've lost that don't, I should rephrase that, some things I don't share that I've lost because, you know, it just doesn't fit in the video that time, or I just don't want to be discouraging, you know. The little baby donkey Cricket, her new name is Sophie. She's going to her new home this weekend. Her mama was Myrtle, the little brown donkey. She's passed away. Okay, and so there's been other chickens that passed away. One of my favorite chickens, Polly. My chicken Winona. My adorable little frizzle Fancy. There was two little frizzles. There was, well, my favorite little frizzles. There was Pickles and there was Fancy. And little Fancy passed away. So some things I share with y'all and some things I don't. I try to keep it very real here, but I also really try to be positive, y'all, because these are all videos that my kids watch. Okay, I'm not gonna let them watch this one, but when I make a video, then I put it on for them. The next day they're like, did you have a video come out? Can we watch your video? Because they like the videos and they're fun videos and they like to laugh and they like to see their animals and they like to see the backs of themselves and stuff. For privacy reasons, I don't show their faces, but they like to see them participating in things, and I like the fact that in the future my grandchildren can look back and be like, oh, there's your mom, there's your dad, you know, this is the life they lived, and I think that's really, really cool. And so I try to stay positive. I'm a very positive person. It's not hard to stay positive, but when little things happen or big things happen, sometimes I'm like, you know what, let's just not share that one. Okay, yes, that was something, but let's not share that one. Some things I do share. Okay, we lost Duchess, the peacock. That was something that happened, and that was something that was shared. If you were here with me last summer, I lost my beautiful little buck, Oreo. Okay, that's something that I shared process with, and I shared with y'all that we lost. But there's other losses or other issues and other troubles that I don't share. Y'all, my washing machine broke down and my water heater went out. The same 2 days. Okay? Do you know what it's like not to have hot water or clean clothes? It's frustrating. But, I mean, that's not something I'm going to share on YouTube. You know, it's a temporary problem. It's something that you fix and then you move on. And there's no reason, you know? There's no reason. But the point is that no one's life is perfect. No one's life is perfect. Blah, 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 blah. No one's life is perfect. No one's life is perfect. And I might leave that one in there just because, y'all, the amount of times that I say something and then I mess it up. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then I restart again. I edit all those out. Just so you know. Oopsie. Like, I went to say something and I fumble over my words a little bit. And I usually cut that part out and then redo it. But that's how it is. No one's life is perfect. So anyway, you can still, you know, be positive and keep on the sunny side, regardless. Because at the end of the day, God is good. And I have my family. And I have a wonderful life. I really do. I mean, I really do. And there's nothing that I can really complain about. I mean, there are some things I could complain about, for sure. Absolutely. I complain every single day about dishes. I hate dishes. I know there's people out there who's like, oh, laundry is the worst. No, y'all, I do laundry all day long over dishes. And you know that I like to cook and bake. And cooking and baking uses up so many dishes. So y'all, if I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing, I then have to do what I don't like to do, which is clean the kitchen afterwards. It's not fun. But I love to cook and bake, so I'm gonna do it anyway. I will say though that for anyone out there wondering, like if you're like more holistically minded and you're wondering, there it is, if I should or have tried certain things like for the children's health, such as detoxing, deworming, supplements of certain minerals and things. I've done it all, y'all. Done it all. And there's been no improvement. So, y'all want to pray for the kids, that would be wonderful. I would really appreciate that. They would appreciate that as well. But as far as holistically things and supplements and stuff, yeah, done all of it. Just by the way. And I know that thou art with me, will be with me to the end. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him more and more. Staying positive and not letting life stress you out is part of the reason why I chose Keep on the Sunny Side as like my thing. I heard the song Keep on the Sunny Side, and I heard it by Loretta Lynn, and it starts with, there's a dark and a troubled side of life, there's a bright and a sunny side too. And then keep on the sunny side. And talks about how the Savior has got it, and we don't have to worry about it, and we can keep on the sunny side. We can stay positive. We can keep a positive attitude regardless of what's going on around us, which is huge, especially in today's time, especially with current events and things. Staying positive, staying on the sunny side. So, you could stress yourself completely out. What kind of life is that? And that's a lot coming from me. Most of that comes from, like, my husband has to remind me of that all the time. I get stressed out and overwhelmed. I do. Because I'll be like, when things happen, if the house is dirty and the laundry's piled up and the kitchen is full of dirty dishes and my seedlings are stunted and my donkey is dead and my washing machine quit and my water heater quit and I don't have any hot water, which is why I'm not washing dishes, and that my kids all have headaches and runny noses, and like it's just all piling up. It's just like, relax, just relax. The attitude you have when stuff is going wrong can make things so much worse. It's like, we'll get a new washing machine. okay. My dad came and fixed the water heater. It was okay. The clothes got washed. It was okay. Yes, okay, I lost a donkey. But guess what? She had a very long, good life. And she didn't pass away until the baby was old enough to live on her own. If this had happened a couple of months ago, I'd also most likely have a dead baby donkey too, because you can't, that's a whole nother thing. You can't just bottle feed baby donkeys. It doesn't work like that. Seedlings can be repotted. It's okay. Okay. There's not an answer yet for the kids' health issues, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So we're gonna keep on the sunny side, and we're going to enjoy every sunny moment that we have. And keep going. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Alright, y'all. Sorry for the boring video today. This is what I'm doing. So, this is what I'm videoing. Supper is easy tonight. And it is too wet to work in my garden. And so, I'm doing this and dishes and laundry. So, it's like, well, I'll video doing this because, who wants to watch me wash dishes, fold laundry? Alright, well, thanks for listening to me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Till next time, keep on the sunny side.